Hey everyone, just wanted to record a little video, give you a little update on things. Today I got some good news. I'm sure some of y'all read it on Facebook or Instagram. I had my 6-month checkup and I found out that I'm still in remission, which is always a good thing for me and my family. And I just want to say thank you all for continued prayers for me and my family. I say it all the time, Caleb doesn't know a dad without either fighting cancer or being checked or having scans with cancer. I've been doing this, me and my family, including you guys who have prayed for me, have been doing this for 10 years. Caleb was 8 months old when I first found out that I had cancer. Um, so I probably had cancer before he was even born, just took so long to get checked because I was stubborn. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's continued to pray for me, continue to lift us up in prayer, me and my family for strength and things like that. Times like this I always try to act like I'm strong. I always try to act like I'm not worried about it. But times like this, I always worry. I always freak out, kinda, because if it comes back, this is number 4, and I'd have to move forward and go back to chemo and back to either radiation and things like that. There's still things that I can do to try to help, but obviously there's things that I don't want to do. That's have cancer again. But if it happens, we move forward. Also wanted to explain some things. With COVID going on right now, and I talk a lot about Tap Cancer Out. It's a very important thing in my life. Um, John and Becky Thomas, they're the CEOs slash founders of Tap Cancer Out. They did something that I've always said I wanted to do, but procrastinated about it, and they started a 501c. I'll probably say that wrong, but they started a nonprofit for. It started because they had a nephew that passed with cancer, and they started this. And John loves jujitsu, and he wanted to help with that, so he started Tap Cancer Out. And it's basically a cancer nonprofit that deals with jujitsu, also the two things that he wanted to implement in his life. And so I don't do much jujitsu right now, especially with COVID and things like that. But there was a time in my life where jujitsu was one of the main things that me and my family did as a family. My kids and my wife and me, we did. It stopped when I got cancer again, and I stopped going to the gym and things like that, and got lazy. But last year I competed in October for it. It was the first time I'd stepped on a mat in 4 years, and I thought I was gonna die because I couldn't breathe. But I absolutely loved it, and I'd do it again in a second. I don't know if some of y'all seen that picture of my professor, Johnny. He gave me a big old hug because, he's been in my life not only as a professor but as a friend, and he gave me a big old hug and told me, you won because you stepped on the mat. You won because you beat cancer, and you won because the ref raised your hand. And so don't let nobody take that away from you. And that was a touching moment for me. I wanted to pass out because I couldn't breathe, and I also wanted to cry because it was just an amazing thing for him to say to me. So because of COVID, Tap Cancer has decided to cancel all their benefit tournaments. We were supposed to have one here in Fort Worth. I'm in Dallas, but we were supposed to have one in Fort Worth, and they got canceled. And then we were going to go to the one in Austin, which in October, which I wanted to raise money for, but it got canceled. So they had to cancel all of it because of COVID, which sucks because they give a lot of money to a lot of cancer benefits. I think this year and last year one of them was it helped kids cancer, and so that's a very dear thing to my heart. I lost a young friend at the time when I think was 12 years old. I lost a friend that died of cancer. It was her second time fighting, and she still won the battle. That's the way I see it in my personal life. She still won, even though she passed away. I don't think there's any losers when it comes to fighting cancer. There are survivors, people that get to live another day, and there's people that get to live in heaven and totally healed. That's the way I see it. So it's called Alex's Lemonade. That's one of the beneficiaries, and they give money to them. And right now, it's difficult for people to give money. It's also difficult for people to want to raise money because there wasn't really nothing. It was easy to ask for money when when you're competing and things like that. Especially, well, that's me personally. And so they came up with this brilliant plan to have a global grappling day. Global Grappling Day, December 12th. It is, you grab one partner and you roll for 1 hour for a cause. So one day plus one partner plus 1 hour equals Global Grappling Day. And I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing idea. These people come up with the greatest ideas. It's ridiculous. And so the good thing about it is there's no weight class. There's no belt class. If I wanted to, I could roll with my Professor Johnny, who's a black belt, and I'm a white belt, 2 stripes. Not the 3rd stripe, 2 stripes. There's really no weight class. There's no cutting weight. Just grab a friend and roll. And so I think it's amazing. I've asked my brother to be my partner. Hopefully my brother Matthew, who hasn't done jiu-jitsu in a while also. I figured 2 non-jiu-jitsu practitioners that haven't done it in a couple of years could do this and just hang out and enjoy ourselves like we did when we would roll all the time. You know, he's probably 100 pounds lighter than me, and we'd roll all the time during class, and we did it the jiu-jitsu way. He choked me out or I tap, he'd give me a high five, give me a hug, and we go at it again. And I'd tap him out, we give each other a high five, give each other a hug, and go at it again. The jiu-jitsu way, and that's what we're gonna do. If he doesn't feel like doing it, no problem, I'll find another partner. But I encourage any of you that, I know a lot of you watching will probably don't do jiu-jitsu or know much about it, but some of you that are watching, or if you have friends that do jiu-jitsu, I encourage you to encourage them. Encourage your school to, you can mark off sections of the mat, mark off time slots, and grab a partner and go. Grab 2 partners and go. I mean, who says we couldn't? You know, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 partner, do that for an hour, grab another partner for another hour if you like, and get it going. I have my own page to raise money. It's on my Facebook, it's on my Instagram. You can see it on my link in bio, what everybody says, so you can see that there. And so I encourage everybody to support me. If you don't have anybody you can support, or if you don't have a cancer beneficiary you can support, I encourage you to support Tap Cancer Out. You can go to their website, tapcancerout.org. You can check out everything they do. You can check out what they're all about. I've personally met John a couple times, an amazing man. We've talked more through email and text like that, but amazing man. And I encourage you. And I encourage you, if you do jiu-jitsu, I just got off the phone with my Professor Johnny. He's all about it. His 6 a.m. class, the whole team is all about it. They want to do things like that. They want to get involved, and I want to say I appreciate you guys. Some of the 6 a.m. class I've become personal friends with, and I thank you guys for that. I thank you for wanting to do that, not only for me, but I want to say thank you for other people that have had cancer or who are fighting with cancer. And so I just encourage all of you again to go to. This isn't about me. You know, I don't do this for me, honestly. I tell my kids the same thing. I do this for the family members that I have lost, the friends that I've seen that they have lost their wives, friends that I've seen have lost their children. I only have one cancer tattoo, and it's on my right hand, and it's a yellow ribbon for my friend Stephanie, who passed away with cancer. But you know, the best thing about Stephanie is, even at her age, she gave me so much courage. She, to the very last day, still had a smile on her face, and a beautiful smile, beautiful smile. To this day, I still think about her. When I'm driving, I look at my hand, I see that tattoo that I put on my hand, and I miss her every day and I love her every day. But she still had the courage to live life to the fullest. She still had the courage to live with a smile on her face. And that's what I try to do with myself. When I go do chemo or I do radiation, I walk in the door, walk in and walk out. I try to walk out in and out with a smile. And so I want to thank you again for watching this. I want to thank you for the people that have already given to my page. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm amazed by the people that take time to give, or to give their hard-earned money to me, and in support of me and my family and of Tap Cancer Out. I want to thank you for that. And these tough times of COVID, some people aren't even working and people are still willing to give money to a cancer benefit. So I encourage you to look them up. I encourage you to look up my page or somebody else's page. Again, you know, the competitive side of me is I want to win. But you know what? We all win if you give to this amazing organization. Because when Tap Cancer wins, these beneficiaries win. And when they win, you never know what that study could bring. They could find a cure for something. And you had a hand in that by giving 50 cents, $100, $20, $10, whatever. If you were to give me a dime, I would be appreciative of that. And I thank you again for everything. Thank you for your prayers. John and Becky, if you ever see this, I thank you for starting up Tap Cancer Out to give us outlet to do Jiu-Jitsu and do it and roll for a cause. So thank you. Love you guys. And I hope you have an amazing day.